Привет, як справи? I'm in Kyiv, in Ukraine, and I'm halfway through my journey across the country during its war. It's been difficult. I've already been in a city under bombardment. I've heard alerts constantly. It's very stressful to be here, but the Ukrainians go on with their lives. And for the rest of this journey, that's what I hope to show to you. Let's go. You can see up there, of course, Ukraine still proudly displays the full map of Ukraine that includes Crimea, Donetsk, Luhansk, the lands that Russia came and took away. You won't find a single map in this entire country that doesn't include Crimea. Добрий день, Київ? Києва?
Немає місць.
Немає?
Місць.
Nemai. All right. Well, I don't know how to buy these train tickets in advance. I can't. Good morning. We actually just fast forwarded in time like 12 hours. All the trains yesterday were sold out. Now, surprisingly, everybody wanted to get out of Lviv. Привіт.
Далі. Далі. Все.
Я тут?
Ай. Ні. Аж кінець.
Okay. Okay. Almost there.
Thomas.
Yes, Thomas. Дякую.
20.
20. Okay. Good English. Here we go. So this is a much longer train ride. This is, I believe it's 6 or 7 hours as we travel across the vast plains, the western end of the Eurasian steppe. Man, it's not lost on me that just over 3 years ago, people were taking this exact train to get out of Ukraine. They were leaving Kyiv as the Russians invaded, and at that time there was a big threat the Russians were going to take the city. And here I am, taking that same train to go to Kyiv. Oh, nobody bothered me. No. No. And this is Diana, my, what would you call it? Berth mate? My cabin mate?
Yeah.
Diana was also in the attacks in Lviv, or you were in Lviv while it was being bombed?
Yeah, this was a really stressful
Kind of rough.
situation.
But you were in like a normal building, right?
Yeah, in the old building.
Okay. And you heard the drones and explosion?
Yeah, I heard the drones. Yeah, it's really noisy.
Yeah. Fun little experience here in Ukraine. But I guess you're more used to these attacks.
But I'm used to, but it was really massive for me, for my experience too. Like it was the one of the biggest attack for me. Like I didn't expect it.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the girl from Kyiv says, so can only get better.
And from Kharkiv.
Kharkiv. Yeah, Kharkiv. Kharkiv pride.
Yeah.
She's an ambassador for Kharkiv, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to, it's the city closest to Russia, but she says it's great, so I'll think about going. Daily English with Ukrainian vibes.
Wow, really? But
I don't think I'll be using it.
you really have a talent for language.
Неправда.
Правда.
Неправда. Дякую.
Побачимо.
Слава Україні. Here we are. Kyiv. The main event. Wow. What an impressive entrance. One of the few remaining Soviet remnants here in Ukraine, the beautiful train stations. Alright, let me go drop my bags off. And let's go check out Kyiv. So if you decide to travel to Ukraine and you're looking for like an Uber style app, you should use either Bolt or they have a local one called Uklon. U-K-L-O-N. That's what I'm using right now. And now I have a ride. It is on the 5th floor. That sign on that elevator just said, do not use the elevator during an air alert. And right down the street from that Airbnb is this. Not sure what these are. These look like maybe captured Russian tanks during the war. Привет.
Hello. This Russian tanks?
Yeah.
This is Russian. This is Russian. Rocket, Russian.
Okay.
And Bakhmut.
Oh.
Yes.
So it all came from Bakhmut?
Yes. Bucha, Irpin, Bakhmut. This is Bakhmut and headshot the 716 to fuck Putin, my friend.
Yeah. Fuck
And
Putin.
yes, and volunteer, this is my document, sir. Help please support the Ukrainian army. This is drone snipe. Come on, this one, sir. My presence.
Okay. Here you go.
Thank you so much. This is big for Putin, sir. This photo video, nice.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you
They
so
put
much.
me in jail
Wow,
in Russia.
wow.
So that's why I'm here, to support you.
Okay, come on. Thank you so
There
much.
you go, man. Appreciate your service.
Thank you, sir.
Very patriotic mood already. I've only been here a few minutes. And coming up here, I've never been here, but I recognize it. I know what this is. Didn't expect to be walking into the Independence Square of Kyiv to the tune of Despacito, but there you go. Maidan. Here we are. Never thought I'd be standing here during the war. This is where it all began, back in 2014, when the Ukrainians committed the grievous sin of daring to overthrow the corrupt president who wanted to turn Ukraine into a vassal state to Russia. Ever since then, Russia has not stopped torturing Ukraine. Following the Maidan Revolution, the Russian military swooped in and took Crimea, and has been under Russian control ever since. Starting then also, the Russians, using local militias, began to attack Donetsk and Luhansk, the two most eastern provinces, the two most eastern oblasts of Ukraine. And that is where most of the fighting is happening today. Here you have the pictures of thousands upon thousands of Ukrainian men that have gone off to war and lost their lives in this senseless conflict. That's the Taiwanese flag right there. Apparently there were Taiwanese soldiers that came over here, fought on Ukraine's side. And being that there were identified Chinese soldiers fighting on the Russian side, somehow that conflict has spread even over here. The war was supposed to be winding down this year. They were supposed to be negotiating a ceasefire, an end to all the hostilities. But no, of course, that didn't happen. Putin has rejected every ceasefire proposal and instead has sent millions of Russians and Ukrainians to continue to die for this absolutely needless, pointless conflict. This ridiculous conflict that never should have began. And so, the war trudges on. And as we just saw in Lviv, it's intensifying. That was the largest attack they ever launched on that city. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit fearful to be here in Kyiv. Who knows what they'll do here? but we're not leaving just yet. $7 a.m. That's my wake-up call here in Kyiv. Good morning. But is it really safe to be in a stairwell? Well, there's drones flying overhead. There's like 10 drones over Kyiv right now. Just saw a lady jogging right past me. People don't seem panicked. I was told before getting here that look at what the Ukrainians are doing. Well, they're not panicking. Who would have imagined that? 10 drones flying over Kyiv, and there's middle-aged women out walking their dogs. Needless to say, I don't know if this is the best time to say it, but Kyiv is also a really unique, beautiful city. And I really hate that this is all that this city is known for right now. So to be honest with you, people don't seem very panicked at the moment. But just in case, I'm going to take you down to the metro. My Ukrainian is not that good yet. Where's the English? It's a little too complicated to figure out at the moment. Tickets, train. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't figure out how to buy a metro ticket. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll accept credit cards. Yep, I think so. Alright. Let us go deep into the underbelly of Kyiv. And here we are. In what is actually the safest place you can be in Kyiv. The metros of the city are deep underground. And to be honest with you, life seems to be going on as normal. It is kind of scary in a way how people have gotten so used to the violence that happens here constantly, day in, day out. But I think it's also a survival mechanism. Alright, well, since we're awake now, let's do a little tour of Kyiv. It's my first time here. Back above ground. In just about the span of an hour, all the drones are destroyed. Now everybody can start their day. Felt it was time to finally eat some Ukrainian food. By the way, I made a mistake while I was in Russia. I said that borscht was Russian, and a lot of Ukrainians in the comments, they corrected me, saying it was Ukrainian. So, there you go. We've set the record straight. This is a Ukrainian dish, borscht. Still don't know if I'm eating this properly, but it is good. Unsurprisingly, Ukraine has basically torn down all the old Soviet monuments and replace them with more Ukrainian monuments dedicated to fighting for their freedom. This monument, however, was built by the Soviets, and that is because it is celebrating the one struggle that all of the former Soviet countries can identify with, and that is World War II. And of course, arguably, out of all the parts of the Soviet Union, Ukraine took it the worst. The Nazis fully conquered Ukraine during the war. The Holocaust was here. A lot of bad shit happened, but the Ukrainians fought back. And just as I'm saying that, there's another air alert. Nobody can ever get a damn rest in this city. Де укриття? Okay. I haven't quite been here long enough to learn when not to take the air alarm seriously. I mean, is there ever a time where I shouldn't take the air alert seriously? Like, that lady doesn't care at all. I might be the only one going into the shelter right now. Okay. Окей. Я сам?
Сам. Или туда, или тут сидеть. Это не бомбосховище, а укрытие. Здесь можно укрыться, но не сховаться.
Well, at the very least, it's raining outside, so we can wait for the rain to stop.
Міст.
There.
По несколько разів. Так.
Чи щодня?
Так.
По 3-4
По 3 рази, по 4 і вночі, так. І навіть.
Вау. Як живеш тут?
Так.
А ми привіт.
This is life here. This is life in Kyiv. I think 3 or 4 million people live in this city still. All right. All drones have been shot down. The good guys win again. So what happens during an air alert is apparently all museums will close for the duration of the alert. I think most restaurants will close. These are just the laws you have in a city in war. I remember last year as I was traveling across Russia, I kept coming across tanks proudly on display, and I made the joke that they were probably about to get called up for service. In reality, they probably were. And this is where they end up. Captured by the Ukrainians, now proudly on display here in Kyiv. This is apparently a newly built museum dedicated just to the Ukraine war. The war that's going on right now. Not to World War II or any other conflict. Mi-17 helicopters are loaded onto aircraft before transfer to Ukraine, Arizona, USA. Okay, дякую вам. She's sending me back to the shelter. By the way, if you're in Ukraine and you don't understand Ukrainian, that's pretty normal, this is the word for shelter. Укриття.
Сиділи ми, звісно, там в підвалі, що тут темно, сиро і холодно. Лютий місяць.
So this exhibit is meant to show how people survived during the invasion. For people that lived in shelters just like this and survived for 37 days. It's kind of freaking me out.
The second floor.
Okay. I am learning Ukrainian, she is learning English. No, nie rozumiesz. Mów.
Взуття.
Zutya. Okay, so it's Zutya is Russia. Okay. My Ukrainian is very bad. They're laughing at my Ukrainian.
З якої частини України ви родом? Ми?
Київ.
Kyiv.
Да. А ви?
New York.
Джуніор.
Я вперше в Україні.
Один приїхали, Один приїхали?
Один приїхав.
Один. Подобається у нас?
Мені подобається. Але русські ракети не люблю. All right. Using my terrible Ukrainian to have some kind of conversation. So this is Stasia.
Nice to meet you.
She's a friend of a friend, and she agreed to help show me around Kyiv a little bit because I don't really know anything except there's a lot of alerts all the time. So you just said you think Ukraine is the safest country in Europe right now.
Yeah, I actually do.
Okay.
Because
Please
drones
explain that to me. Because I've been a little freaked out over the last day.
Drones might feel scary, right? And rockets and everything like that, but I don't feel like I'm going to get mugged or killed otherwise than by Russians.
Okay.
Yeah, that is safe.
So you mean like on a personal safety
Yeah,
level
yeah,
on the
yeah.
streets?
Yeah, for sure.
There's no like ghetto or whatever?
No.
We're gonna get stabbed?
No.
Okay.
Only if you want to. If you ask kindly, maybe. Imperial buildings.
These were built during the Russian Empire.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Most of them. But they got reconstructed and found and reconstructed again, so
I see. Kyiv has gone through some shit. At night, do they try to conserve electricity? Do they like turn off street lights? 'Cause I noticed like a lot of the streets are pretty dark.
they turn out the light at about 11 p.m.
Okay.
because of when you cannot go outside that time.
Oh, the curfew.
Yeah, thank you. Got it.
Because of the curfew, they
Yeah,
shut off
because
the
of the
lights.
curfew.
Okay.
But before full-scale invasion, they turn out the light at like 1 a.m. something like that.
Okay. So everything has to end a bit earlier.
Yeah. All the bars, all the clubs.
Right. Which is trippy. You could stay out until 12 a.m. And I think when people go to bars here at like what, 8 p.m., 9 p.m.
Usually at 6. That's because we
I'm sorry to laugh, but like that's interesting.
But that's because we need to drink for a lot hours, right?
Right. Slavic style. So from 6 to 12.
Yeah, a bit about.
Somebody told me they even have raves still in Kyiv,
sure.
which is
There are some raves that are helping to rebuild some buildings that were destroyed.
That's
so you
amazing.
rave and rebuild those houses.
that's wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
I never
So-
thought a rave could be used for a good purpose like that, but there you go. So we're here in the Zoloty Horody station, and just the design of all the stations here in Kyiv. Kyiv is really beautiful. It's one of the things that I didn't really think about before coming to Ukraine, but this country is beautiful. What's the name of it?
Arsenalna.
Arsenala.
Yeah, it's the deepest one.
So Ukraine has the deepest metro station in all of Europe. So that over there is the main stadium of Kyiv, the Olimpijski. Something interesting that she just told me, there she is, was that apparently the other stadium, the old stadium, used to be called Donetsk? Or?
No, it was in Donetsk city.
Okay.
It was the main stadium of Ukraine.
There you go. Like Donetsk was actually like a pretty important city before the Russians like took it over and whatnot. It used to be like a cool city, right?
Yeah, it was.
Rihanna performed a concert there. Like, can you imagine that? Rihanna in Donetsk? So Stasia, you grew up speaking Russian?
Yeah, Ukrainian.
Okay.
Russian and Ukrainian.
Russian and Ukrainian.
Yeah.
And how does that work? Like you speak Russian with your family, but you would...
No, I stopped speaking Russian at all like 4 or 5 years ago, and I only speak English and Ukrainian.
Interesting. Okay. And you've like forgotten your Russian?
Yeah, pretty much. I can understand Russian, but I cannot read or formulate the sentence at all.
That's wild. Okay.
That's so weird, right? Like languages work in such crazy ways.
It is, yeah. Me too with Russian. But I also only got to like an intermediate level of the language, so that makes more sense.
I was native speaker, so that's even crazier,
That's
right?
good. And do you think most Ukrainians are like this now? Even like...
I really hope so. I really hope most of us will forget this language even existed.
For a lot of people that don't know, the eastern part of Ukraine was majority Russian speaking. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's only like, I guess, the Lviv area that was
Well, no,
majority.
Central Ukraine speaks Sushik, which is mix of both languages.
Okay.
But I think most of the people right now are switching back to Ukrainian. We all knew it, right? Because
Yeah.
it was governmental language. You had to learn it at school.
Yeah.
But not when the USSR was here.
Right.
It was like a faculty for most regions.
So I've been like freaked out by all these alerts. But you think most Ukrainians, they don't even use the alert app? Like they don't even pay attention?
No, I just think that after 4 years of terror, you get used to it. And you just hope that it's not going to be you. I know it sounds horrible,
Right.
but otherwise you're not going to survive it mentally. A lot of people have really high anxiety, especially if they go to shelter every time. So you just have to pick your battles.
So if you go through enough of those alarms, if you go to enough shelters, eventually you're just like, it's fate, you know? It is what it is. And statistically, you're more likely to be hit by a car in Ukraine, apparently.
Yeah, true.
That's what I keep hearing.
Life never gets boring in Ukraine. You never know what's going to happen, like a new bombing, a new holiday,
Yeah.
someone gets birth, something.
Someone gives birth. Maybe it all at the same time.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Life is never boring here in Ukraine.
That's why it's so much fun here, right?
Been having so much fun until now, for sure. Alarm's going again. Fourth one today. I think this is my Uklon driver. Yes, it is. Dobry wieczór. Alright. I'm getting a little too used to the life here. I've only been here for a little over a day. Oh, I don't know. This is unlike any other situation I've ever been in my life. On the one hand, I'm starting to get used to like the rhythm of these alerts and alarms and realizing that if you don't actually hear a drone outside that you don't need to worry that much. But at the same time, I can't get the sound of these sirens out of my head now. It's very unnerving. I guess if you live here long enough, you just become attuned to it, but I don't know. Why does... I need some sleep. I think we need to get out of the city. Maybe we'll try to hit the countryside tomorrow. We'll see what we can find. Good night. There are no buses or trains going there, so I'm gonna have to take a taxi. Hi, привет. Войтачев. Це добре? Окей. Час. Okay. All right, so we are in Voitachiv, a rural area about an hour outside of Kyiv. The weather is still shit. I don't see anybody here. Starting to question why I came here. You can see the Dnipro River just over there, over the hill. Maybe we could walk down there. Pumpkins. It's about to be Halloween out here. Ukraine, for a long time, was known as the breadbasket of Europe. It has incredibly fertile soil. Most of Ukraine is just long flatlands, plains, perfect for agriculture. When Russia invaded Ukraine, it actually caused global supply shocks to places that you wouldn't expect, like the Middle East, Africa. They relied on places like Ukraine to get their wheat, to like make bread and stuff like that. Ukraine is a big deal. don't know if there's ever a point where you start to get used to being in Ukraine during the war. But for me, it's still very unsettling. Like, I just heard some random, like, boom, somewhere in this area. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was thunder. The mighty Dnipro River. If you look at a map of Ukraine, this river roughly splits Ukraine right down the middle. And it's a very important river. If you were to follow the river that way, as it twists and winds southward, eventually the Dnipro would empty into the Black Sea. And along the way, you would pass oblasts that the Russians conquered during this war: Kherson, Zaporizhia, and most famously, Crimea. Can't go to the other side of the river. Well, I mean, you could go to that side right there, where it's still, Ukraine still controls that part, thankfully. Before I leave Ukraine, I will pass through the port city of Odesa, which is right on the Black Sea and facing Crimea. And apparently, it's one of the most dangerous cities to be in Ukraine nowadays, but I mean, we gotta leave the country somehow. I'm not hearing things. I literally just heard an explosion. Something in the distance. Paranoia's getting to me. Okay.
Десятин на 13, Київ.
The Russian military frequently knocks out like the GPS signals in Ukraine. The whole day I was going around yesterday in Kyiv, there was no GPS. Нет. Спасибо. Ты говоришь лучше по-русски или украински?
По-русски.
Я тоже. Я из Америки. Первый раз. Да. Очень приятно. Alright, so listen, I want to make it clear that I'm definitely not a fan of McDonald's. Do not suggest you go to McDonald's for your health, but there's one huge advantage that Ukraine still has over Russia. You can still go to McDonald's. It's not that fake bullshit you find in Russia now. Look at how popular this is. The Russian fake McDonald's wasn't popular like this. But on another note, like imagine waiting in line to get your McDonald's while also scrolling through a bunch of messages talking about all the drone and missile attacks going on in the country right now. Let's go take our last train ride in Ukraine. Oof, that sounds bad. For now, on this trip. Back at the Kyiv train station, the biggest train station in the country. It's time for me to leave Kyiv. We're going south, going to Odesa, port city. It's just across the bay from Crimea and Russian missiles. Kind of interesting looking at the schedule board right here. There's still so many locations you could go to in Ukraine. And a lot of these cities are currently like being attacked every day. Like up there you have Sumy, Chernihiv. There's also locations farther away like Mukachevo, where we entered Ukraine. Добрый вечер. Добрый вечер. Number 12. Thank you. How do they always know I'm American? I thought my Ukrainian accent was perfect. Alright. Compartment number 12.
Крупна фракція. Що, крупна фракція?
I hate myself for this. Taking a sleeper train through a war zone. Just one of those life experiences I never expected. It turns out that in spite of the numerous siren calls, my stay in Kyiv was actually pretty calm by their standards. In the days following my visit, Russia would go on to pound the city, killing many innocent civilians and knocking out electricity for most of the city. Most indefensible of all, in Kharkiv, they literally struck a kindergarten. A kindergarten! Thankfully, no children were killed, but even if it wasn't a planned strike and it was just negligence that hit the kindergarten, it's still horrible. Horrible. Good morning. Just arrived. Odesa. Our final city on this route. City on the sea. Nervously excited. Alright, I'm here in the city center. I just dropped off my bags at a hotel. And I'm noticing something kind of curious. We're right here in the center of the city, but you see all these buildings, boarded up windows. It's beautiful, but everything is, you can tell like a lot of these buildings were hit by shrapnel, windows were shattered. So look at this building right here. Like it feels like every single building has shattered windows or boarded up windows. Like this feels like we're in the ghetto of Detroit or something. Just the boarded up windows are here for very different reasons. You can actually see pieces of glass on the ground right here, so this is not even like that old. This is very recent. It's a real shame. Odesa is apparently known as being one of the most beautiful places in Ukraine. It just has this real foreboding feeling over it right now.
Well, I mean, it's like every day some bombings are,
But every day there's something.
something, yeah, like drones and all this stuff.
Okay, there's something going on every day in Odesa. Always something to look forward to. But unfortunately for Odesa, it may be a beautiful city, but it is also Ukraine's most important port city. Most of the strategic locations that the Russians would want to bomb lie right along here in the port. Being that Odesa lies just across the Black Sea from occupied Kherson and Crimea, it doesn't take long for the missiles to get here. Behind me right here is what's called the Monument to an Unknown Sailor, and it was set up by the Soviets. What we saw in Russia last year was usually next to monuments like this, they'd have a bunch of what they called the hero cities, the ones that fought against the Nazis in World War II. And they used to have that here too. But Ukraine has changed that. Now, the hero cities are the ones that have been fighting against the Russians. Here we have Odesa, the city we're in right now, Kerch in Crimea, Sabbatical, also in Crimea, Kherson and Kyiv, the new hero cities of Ukraine. As always, it's another completely surreal day here in Ukraine. Couples out walking their dog. People taking casual strolls along the water here. People fishing over there. I must be the only nervous person here. This is apparently supposed to be like a resort. I actually see like old Ukrainians Going into the water. Холодно? Yeah? Okay. Well, there you go. Water's not even cold. Come for a swim in October in Odessa before the bombs drop.
Кіло по 60 гривень. Це черв'як.
Alright, so this is the biggest of all coincidences. I swear I didn't set this up in advance, but I'm walking here along the beach. And look what I found.
Hi there.
It's Stasia again. Literally just met her like a couple of days ago, and she was going to Odessa at the same time. So now she's gonna give me a tour of Odessa as well. High five. So Odessa in the summertime, it is the place apparently that all Ukrainians come to. Has the best weather. It's where you go on your beach vacation. Apparently there are some beaches down here. I never thought that there were beaches in Ukraine. But according to Stasia, there are. Wow. Look at this. This is Ukraine. Would you believe this is Ukraine if you didn't know otherwise? I wouldn't. But there you go. Hell yeah. Never in a million years did I think I'd be on a beach in Ukraine in the middle of their war against Russia. Their war of defense. Як справи?
Все добре.
Добре? Я теж. Ти з тут? Із де?
Я сам з Києва, але...
Сам з Києва? О, Київ. Окей. Я з Америки. І перший в Україні. It's beautiful. Красивий.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And like almost every Ukrainian, you speak some English as well. Great. Don't have to be modest about it. You have a good one.
You too.
See you. Wow, got seashells and everything. Oh, nice. What's your favorite memory on the Odessa beach, being a Ukrainian?
I think it was my recent trip to Odessa with my friends. It was so much fun. We drank a lot of beer here. It was great. The weather was nice. That's all.
Sounds Ukrainian.
Yeah.
And there were no drones or anything?
Not this time, no.
Yes. Perfect summer. Can a dead jellyfish still sting you?
Those ones do not sting you.
Okay. Huh. Without your expertise, I would have thought that was something else, to be honest with you. Beach life. Як справи?
Ніяк.
Що тут ви найцікавішого бачили за рибалку?
О, акулу.
A shark.
A shark. Okay.
Реально? Велику?
Ні, є же маленькі акули.
A small shark.
Oh, nice.
То дрони не ловили, так?
Дрони.
No drones inside.
Did you catch the shark?
Ви зловили ту акулу?
Ні.
Ні.
Yeah. Okay.
Кому вона нужна?
Who needs it?
Как погоди? Що на пенсії делать? Рибу ловить.
He's retired. Not retarded, retired. He retired and he comes here when the weather is nice.
I got you.
Get some fish.
Okay. So thank you.
Дякую дуже.
Our not retarded, retired fisherman.
I didn't mean to say that.
That's all right. You sound like a true American. What's this babushka doing?
She's sitting down.
Oh, хліб?
Хліб. Чайки кормимо.
There you go. They're pretty small.
Гарного дня вам.
Навзаєм.
So this over here is actually the beach shelter. You can see the word Ukritia right there. Can't imagine enjoying a beach vacation and having to run to a shelter, but that's life in Ukraine.
Okay, it's closed for now. I think they open if the alarm goes on.
Oh. some shelters in Ukraine will only open in times of alarms. So like alerts if there's a drone in the area.
It's for safety reasons, because we don't want homeless people to go there, or any drug addicts, I don't know.
Yep. What you're saying is music to many Americans' ears. So you were in, do you mind if I ask? You were in the war when you were 19?
Ви пішли служити, коли вам було 19?
Я добровольцем пішов. Я не підписував
He
контракт.
was a volunteer there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Дякуємо вам.
hope you heal soon. Slava Ukraini. It's a crazy thing about Ukraine, you know? Anyone you could be talking to, they may have been in the conflict. Now they're resting, serving coffee and tea to this dumb American.
No.
No. None of the shelters are open. This one is literally just a shipping container. Theoretically, it could protect you against shrapnel, I guess, if something exploded in the area. Beautiful view. I never get tired of seeing like these like wheelchair platforms. Like, I feel like you have to be a very adventurous handicapped person to go down these. You see these all over the former Soviet Union.
It's like a roller coaster.
You just ride your wheelchair down, boom. And here's a big glass hotel, which is shockingly still in business, even during the war. Що це? Мистецтво?
Мистецтво? Мабуть. Maybe.
Більше і менше.
Ну, але прикольно.
Yeah.
Клас, правда?
Yeah. Just taking a picture with the beach. Yeah. This is my beach vacation in Ukraine. In October. This is as close as I get to firing an actual gun in Ukraine. How many do I get?
16. You should aim for the 6. You're so bad at this.
We're just gonna edit that part out.
В Америке слабо, скажи, стреляют.
You're not that American.
That's how you know I'm from New York. Спасибо.
Those were the cities that were hit by Russians.
So all these cities are the ones that were bombed or invaded by Russia. Kharkiv, Kherson, Mykolaiv, Sumy, Igrin, and Bucha. Alright, so I'm back in my neighborhood, and I just learned that the reason why this building is so messed up, let's see if I can walk near it. The reason that this building is so messed up is that it was literally directly hit by a missile. And that was just a few months ago. That hotel across the street was also damaged. And my hotel is right around the corner, which means this area is a prime target. It does feel like the longer that you stay here, the more fatalistic that you become. Most of the Ukrainians I talk to, they tell me something like, if it's your time, it's your time. They turn off the notifications from the alarm app. They just don't worry about it. All right, so this is my kind of fancy hotel room. Not particularly expensive fancy hotel room. It's like $60. And, well, it's Friday night in Odesa. It's also my last night in the country. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get a calm night. And I can relax. But I think either way, I'm starting to pick up just a bit of that stoicness that the Ukrainians have adopted throughout this war. To be here is to understand them and know what they're going through. So it is currently 12:49 at night. There are explosions in the city. The power for this hotel was just knocked out. And once again, everyone is gathering in the shelter. I was literally about to fall asleep, and then boom, air raid sirens rang out. Woke me the hell up, found out there's more than 10 drones flying over Odessa right now. The Russians are aiming for all the power infrastructure. They're trying to basically deny electricity all over the country. It's almost completely pitch black outside. There's still electricity in this hotel because it has a backup generator.
Attention, the air alert is over. May the force be with you.
The air alert is over. Maybe I could sleep now. Can I please sleep, Russia? Give me a break. Alright, good morning, and it's back to looking like any other city in Europe. Power's back, electricity's back. It's very impressive how quickly the Ukrainians get everything back online after these attacks, which will become more and more important as the winter drags on. So Stasia, how was your night?
It was awesome. I had so much fun. We had some explosions, the power went off, and then I went to sleep again.
Typical Ukrainian night, I guess. I'm slowly becoming more like her the longer I stay here, pretty much. It's worth mentioning again just how beautiful this city is. It's like, this looks like something straight out of Paris. Look at all this. It's insane. Odessa, or the area around Odessa, was originally under control of the Ottoman Turks. Then the Russian Empire came in under Catherine the Great and set up Odessa as basically a trading port on the Black Sea. And it became a place where all different kinds of immigrants could come and mingle. That's kind of how the city came into being. So in spite of everything that's going on, you'll still find many monuments of Russians from the 1800s around the city. Most of the Soviet monuments were taken down. Odessa, even now, is known as a very kind of Russian-speaking city. Like, I've been in shops here, the people start speaking Russian to me, not Ukrainian. They can still be proud of being Ukrainian, but they speak Russian. Like, the language, the culture, the language and the nationality are different. Stasia, why do you have the choice to leave this country at any time? Why do you choose to stay here?
Why would I leave the perfect country, right? I think it's my home, my family is here, my life is here, my friends are here. I wouldn't want to trade that for safety. I feel safe here.
True.
And I'm not a pussy, right?
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава.
All right. We've reached the last day in Ukraine. It's time to leave. And actually, I was trying to figure out how to do that. The border crossings down here in the farthest south of Ukraine are a bit complicated. I'm trying to head towards Romania. The border between Ukraine and Romania is the Danube River. And as far as I could tell, I looked it up, apparently there's a ferry crossing. I have no idea if it's still operational, but we're gonna go for it.
Если $200 без додатка.
$200?
Да.
It's okay.
А?
It's okay. Хорошо. До побачення. I was trying to get this man to drive me all the way to the border with Romania at the last minute. He said he couldn't do it because there's too many potential complications along the way. Can't predict what might happen. So now I'm looking at taking a bus. It's going to be one of those buses. That is an old Soviet-looking bus right there. Everyone is a bit confused when I'm doing this.
Зараз?
Зараз.
У вас билет есть? Тикет?
Я хочу купить билет. This is a bit confusing. Just trying to get. I think there's only one bus that goes to that city. Romania.
Орловка.
Орловка. Окей, я иностранец.
Да, это Орловка. Орловка это будет $300.
$200.
250 долларов, поехали. Это,
300.
это далеко.
250. Окей.
Поехали.
300.
Окей. Мне нужно банкомат.
200 баксов. 20 баксов за все.
А ты тут
Ну не
пришел?
ведем за 20 баксов.
Сейчас, да.
Ну я его мимо там болтался, может. Я тебе серьезно говорю.
What a trip. What a trip. Passing by a border station that goes to Moldova. Most of this trip will ride right along the border with Moldova.
Чайчик, кофе. Ничего. Гамбургер. Хот-дог.
Что это?
Хот-дог, сосиска.
Окей. Один готов.
Одну. Хот-дог.
Это.
Сосиску.
О, это сосиска.
Ага.
Один.
Одну.
Yeah.
Поговорили.
Чуть-чуть.
Я понял. Чай, кофе. Американо. Но?
Не хочу. Спасибо.
Все нормально.
She finds this very funny. Как...
Ой,
Что?
так хочется поговорить.
Заведуете.
Да. Вы тоже американец, нет?
Very amusing. Сколько стоит?
О,
Yeah.
понимаю. 40.
40. Окей. 40. Окей, 200.
200. Ничего, нормально. Все нормально.
Все нормально. Как жизнь здесь?
100%.
Окей. Ракеты нет?
С кем? Ракета. Мы так красиво разговариваем. Ракеты нет. Нету ракеты.
Нету ракет?
Нет.
Окей.
Не дай бог. Прилетит.
Окей.
Чай, кофе. Добрый.
Yeah. That was a funny bubbles, yeah. Sometimes I just don't know what other conversation topic to pick in Ukraine. No missiles? Great. Make the babusia laugh? I do what I can. This might be my last meal in Ukraine. I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like I'm trying to come up with the words to summarize this experience, this trip, as if I'm trying to find some deeper meaning traveling through Ukraine, to being in jail, Russia last year, for ridiculous reasons. Maybe I'll come up with them later. Готов? Okay.
Да, yes.
Yep. Okay. А все.
Все?
Окей.
Окей.
Безопасного пути домой.
Спасибо, удачи.
High five. Okay, here we are. The very last person onto the boat. There's no bridge across the Danube, just a ferry. For some reason, this border crossing is like not widely publicized. If you go online and check for border crossings between Ukraine and Romania, they don't list this one. I just found out about this. That might be because this ferry crossing is mainly for trucks and buses, not for people. I'm literally like the only dude crossing individually. There it is. The Danube River. The same river that flows past Budapest, flows past Vienna, Belgrade, and Serbia. The mightiest river in Europe. And here it flows past Ukraine. Yeah, see? This is for passengers on foot, but there's nobody here. Here we go. Once we cross this river, we're out of Ukraine. Oh man. I was only here for about a week and a half, but man, I'm gonna miss this place. I'm gonna miss it. I really hope I can come back in better circumstances. So, I've passed through a very thorough Ukrainian customs check. We're crossing over to Romania. I thought about in the car what I wanted to say at the end of this trip. And this is it. What I wanted to say is, before I came to Ukraine, all I knew was the war. I knew it used to be part of the Soviet Union and not much else. I knew it was the only place that the Russian FSB seemed to care if I had visited when they were interrogating me. To understand this great nation, I had to come and be here myself. And I never expected Ukraine to be this beautiful, even during the war. There are few nations that have everything that Ukraine does. Beautiful mountains in the west, incredible views on the sea in the south, rolling plains and hills in the center, magnificent cities throughout. But the most beautiful part of Ukraine is actually its people. Ukrainians are incredible. They're some of the friendliest people I've met in Europe, even if they don't smile that much in public. They're brave, braver than I. Imagine living your life with drones constantly attacking your city. Every Ukrainian there, whether they speak Ukrainian or Russian, has made a choice to stay and help their country. An amazing people. Some claim Ukraine isn't a real nation. It's just land taken from Hungary or Poland or Russia. That's nonsense. Ukraine is not just a legitimate nation, it's one of the greatest on earth. And I fell in love with Ukraine and its people. And I don't know if it'll take another year for this terrible war to end, another 3 or 5 or 10, who knows? But I hope with all my heart that you win. There's not another more justified struggle in the world. And I hope with that, you'll finally have the freedom that you so deserve. Here I am on the other side of the border. There is absolutely no tourist infrastructure whatsoever. I just walked through 10 minutes of darkness, leaving the customs area, and I'm in some small town. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm trying to get to Bucharest. Am I going to have to hitchhike? Am I going to have to convince my way onto one of these buses or trucks or something? I don't know. We'll pick up this adventure in the next one. See you later. До побачення, Ukraine. I really hope to see you again one day. Пока-пока.